So hello everyone. In this video we are going to see another array based question. So the question is remove duplicates from the sorted array. So I will be attaching the problem statement and the code link in the description, so you can check from there, but I would suggest you to try solving it on your own first, and if you do not find the solution by yourself, you can always check the link in the description. So let's start with the problem. So what is basically given to us is we are having an input array. So first of all, so the input array that is given to us has elements in it, and in the question only it is given as the array is sorted array. Okay, so the array is in sorted order and the array contains duplicate elements. For example, 20 is 2 times, 30 is 4 times, so duplicate elements are there in the array. So and the size of the array is given to us, that is 7. So we have to give the output as the array which will have only I would say unique elements and not the duplicate ones. For example, 10 should be there one time, 20 should, if the 20 is there 2 times, then it should be only appear one time in the array, and 30 if it is 4 times in the input array, it should only appear one time in the given array. And the size of the new array will be 10, 20 and 30. That is why we have to return 3. So similarly we have another example, example 2, that is if there is 3 elements in the array but all of them are the same elements, then in the output we should have only one element which is 20 and the size of the array should be 1. So basically this is the problem, and let's see how we can write the code for this. Basically we will see 2 approaches for this problem. First one will be big O of n approach, in which will take big O of n time and big O of n space, and the second approach which we are going to see will be the optimized version of this, and that will take only big O of n time, and speaking of space, it will take big O of n space. We will not use any extra space in the second approach. So let's see the first approach. So in this, suppose let's take the example array. The input that is given to us will be 10, 20 2 times and then 30 4 times. Okay, so how we will approach it? First of all, what we will do is we will create a temporary array which will be of the same size as that of this given array. Okay, so let's take this. So it will be having the same 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 7 elements will come in this array. So first of all, initially first element will always be the same, because first we are considering the first element as a unique only. If there are any duplicates, it will come afterwards in the array. Okay, so first element will be as it is. Now we will start checking for the second elements. So the second element is 20. We will compare this 20 with this 10. If they are same, we are not going to enter this in the temporary array. So since it is not same, we will enter it in the temporary array. Again we will move ahead. Now we are at this 20. We will compare this 20 with the temporary last element of the temporary array, which is 20. So since they are same, we will not enter this 20. Now again moving forward, we are comparing 30 with 20. So they are unique, they are not equal, so we will enter 30 in the temporary array. Again moving forward, we will compare this 30 with the 30 in the temporary array. So since they are equal, we will not enter the input array 30 in the temporary array. Again same, 30 and 30 is equal, so we are not going to enter it. And also this in similar case with this 30 and 30 is same, so we will not enter this 30 in the temporary array. So let's take another example. So in this example, let's take an array where all the elements are unique. So in this case, the temporary array will look like somewhat like this: 1 2 3 4 5 6. So we will always take the temporary array of size similar to the input array size. Why? Because in worst case, like this case, we can have all the elements which of the array is unique. So let's see this case. So first element, as said, will always be unique, so we will simply copy the first element as it is. Now comparing second element with this 10, 20, we will compare with 10. Since they are not equal, we will enter 20 in the temporary array. Now we will compare 30 with 20. Since they are not equal, we will enter 30 here. 40 with 30 not equal, So we will enter 40, 50 with 40 not equal, so we will enter 50. So we will enter 50, and then 60 with 50, they are not equal, so we will enter 60. So this is how we will get the unique array. So this is the approach that we have to follow, and finally when we will get the output as in the temporary array, at last what we will do is we will simply copy the elements of the temporary array into the given input array. Simply we will copy it, and then we will return our answer. Or basically in this case we just have to return the size of the input array. So in this case the size will be 6 only, and in the previous case when we will copy all the elements in the input array, so we will be having this case, and the size will be 3 in that case. So now let's see how can we write the function for the new approach in which we are taking the extra space. So first of all what we will do is let's write the function which will be something like remove duplicate. This will take array as an argument, also n, which is the size of the array. So initially first of all what we will do, we will create a temporary array which is similar to the size of the input array, and as discussed, the first element of the temporary array will always be similar to the first element of the input array. And we will also create a result variable which will contain the size of the temporary array. So let's run our loop from I equals to 1 to I is less than n until the end of the array. So simply we will compare if temp of result minus 1 is not equal to array of I, then in that case what we have to do is we have to enter the element into the temporary array, which means then temp of result will contain now array of I, and we will increment our result value since we have entered an element into the our temporary array, and this is the main condition. So basically this only we have to do. What we are doing over here, let me explain it once again with the help of example. Suppose if our input array was something like 10, 20, 20 and 30, then in this case the temporary array will be somewhat like, initially when this this statement runs, initially 10 will be entered in the temporary array. Now when we check this condition, temp of result minus 1, which means that temp of which means that this 10 is equals to 20. So no, this is not equal. So simply we will enter temp of result, which means that this at this position we will enter array of I. Again when we will increment our I value, we will reach here, it will again check temp of result minus 1, which means that this value, if it is equal to our current array value, yes it is equal. So we will not enter in this if case, we will simply increment our I value. We will not make any entry in the temporary variable. And now when we reach here, we will compare again this 20 with 30, and since this condition is true, we will simply enter 30 in our temporary array. So this is the basic code or function you can say, and when this runs, after that we just simply have to write this for loop where we will copy all the elements of the temporary array into the given array like this. What this will do is this will simply copy all the elements of the temporary array into the given array, and at last we will simply return the result value, which the result will contain the size of the temporary array or the size of the new array that we have got, that is 10, 20, 30, which is 3. So this is the code for the approach where we have taken extra space. Now let's see another code where we will not take any extra space, and only time complexity will be only big O of n, and the space complexity will be big O of 1, since we will not use any extra space. So in this case is also very similar to the previous one. So let me tell the approach first. So suppose for example we have this array only. So 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 30 and 30.
So in this case what we are going to do is we will simply have a result value as 1 initially, and we will start from our first element. Okay, so now we will compare 20 with the 10. So since they are not equal, we will simply enter 20 at this position only. So 20 will be entered here. Now we will increment our value. Now we will compare 20 with our result like the previous value. So 20 will be compared with 20. Since they both are equal, we will not make any entry at this position and we will simply move ahead. So if you will see how the array is getting updated, so 10 and 20 we have entered, and at the third position we have not entered anything. Now we have simply incremented our I value. We will compare 30 with our this 20, which is the last entry in our current array. So now when we will compare this, we found that they both are not equal, so we will enter this 30 at this position. At this position we will enter, so our array will somewhat look like this. And now again we will move on to the next element. We will compare 30 with our last entry that we have done. So 30 and 30 is equal, so we will not do any entry. Simply we will move forward. So again they both are equal, we will not make any entry. Again 30 and 30 is equal, so we will not make any entry. So finally when our entire loop runs, we have 3 elements in the array, so we will return the size of this array, which will be stored in the result variable. So let's see how we can write this function. So again simply we will take a function remove duplicate, which will take array as the argument and the size of the array. Now in this case we will initialize result value as 1 and we will run the loop from I equals to 1 till the end of the array. Okay, now in every iteration we will simply check if array of I, which is our current array value, is not equal to array of result minus 1. If it is not equal, we will simply enter the array result, enter our array I into the array of result value, and we will increment result in result variable every time. And finally when the entire loop runs, we will simply return result at the end. So what this will do is, this will simply give us the size of the new array. Let's again one more time understand this with the example. We have 10, 20, 20 and 30. So initially when the result is 1, which means that our 10 value will be as it is, we are starting running the loop from first condition, first address. So at this position the array of I is 20, so we will compare 20 with array of result minus 1, which is 10. Since our result value is 1, result minus 1 will be 0, so we will compare this 20 with 10, and we found that they both are not equal. This condition holds true. We will simply enter 20, which is array of I, into the result value, which means that we will simply enter 20 at the first position. Again we will increment our I value. We will now check if array of I, which is 20, is equals to array of result minus 1, which is this 20, then 20 which we have inserted just now. So we will compare both of them. Since they both are equal in this case, we will not enter in this if condition, we will simply move ahead. Now we will compare with this 30, which is array of I. 30 is compared with the previous value, which is the 20. 30 and 20 are not equal, so simply we will insert array of result, which means that array of I at the array of result position, which means that at this position 30 will be entered. And finally we will return our result value, which will be 3 in this case, because we have 3 elements entered in our output array. So this was the approach which is taking time complexity is big of n, but we have not used any extra space, so our space complexity will remain big of 1 in this case. So let's see the code for both of the approaches now. So this is the first approach, where it is taking extra space. Simply we have taken a temporary variable, temporary array of size n, and then the first element of the temporary array will contain the first element of the input array. We are initializing result variable as 1. We will then run a loop from I equals to 1 to n, and in every iteration, we will simply check if the temp of result minus 1 is not equals to array of I. If it is not, we will simply enter the array of I into the temporary of result, which means that we will update the temporary array and increment our result variable. So once this entire for loop runs, we will simply copy the elements of the temporary array into our given input array, and then we will simply return our result value. This we don't have to do this if they have just simply asked the size of the array, so we can just simply return result. But if they have asked the updated array, then in that case we have to do this thing also. So now let's run the code. So this should give us the answer as 3, since the updated array will contain the 3 element as we have seen previously in the example. Now let's see the code where which is not using any extra space. This is the same code that we have just seen now. Let's try to run this. This will also give us the output as 3. As you can see 3, because in this case also we have taken the same input array, and this will also be this have not taken any extra space in this case. So that's all for this problem. Now for checking, you can check similar kind of videos in the playlist section of my channel, where I have covered different question based on every data structure, so you can check that. Thank you for watching. Bye.